Have you ever wondered why your local weather patterns seem to be going haywire? Welcome to a journey of understanding, a journey that explores one of the most significant and urgent issues of our time, climate change. This isn't just about polar bears or melting glaciers far away. This is about our homes, our communities, our world. Climate change, in a nutshell, is a long-term change in the average weather patterns that have come to define Earth's local, regional, and global climates. These changes have a broad range of observed effects that are synonymous with the term. But what does this mean, really? Scientists agree that Earth's climate is warming, and human activity is the primary cause. Industrial activities that our modern civilization depends upon have raised the levels of carbon dioxide, methane, and nitrous oxide in the atmosphere. These are known as greenhouse gases, and they trap heat. This process, known as the greenhouse effect, is natural and necessary for life on Earth. However, the excess of these gases caused by human activities is amplifying the process, leading to more heat being trapped and, consequently, global warming. The impacts of climate change are not a distant threat. They're happening now. We're seeing more intense and frequent extreme weather events, from hurricanes to heat waves, floods to droughts. Sea levels are rising, threatening coastal communities. Ecosystems are changing, with wildlife struggling to adapt. These changes also affect human health, agriculture, and economy. In order to fully understand our role in climate change, it's crucial to pinpoint the major sources of CO2 emissions. The largest contributor, accounting for about 25% of all emissions, is electricity and heat production. This comes from burning coal, oil, and gas for electricity and heat. The second largest source is the industry sector, contributing around 21%. This includes manufacturing, construction, and every industrial process that uses fossil fuels. Next up, responsible for about 14% of all emissions, is transportation. Cars, trucks, ships, planes, and trains, all these vehicles running on fossil fuels emit CO2. Agriculture is another significant contributor, accounting for about 14% of emissions. This includes deforestation for agricultural land, methane from livestock and rice fields, and nitrous oxide from fertilized fields. Lastly, other energy production, such as the extraction and refining of fossil fuels, contributes around 10% of emissions. Each of these sectors presents opportunities for reducing our carbon footprint and mitigating climate change. But it's not all doom and gloom. We have the knowledge, the tools, and the power to act. We can reduce greenhouse gas emissions by shifting to renewable energy sources like solar and wind. We can increase energy efficiency in our homes, offices, and transportation. We can protect and restore our forests, which absorb carbon dioxide. Individual actions matter too. Consider your own carbon footprint. How often do you drive? Could you walk, bike, or use public transportation instead? Do you eat a lot of meat, which requires more resources to produce? Could you incorporate more plant-based meals into your diet? Do you recycle and compost, reducing waste that ends up in landfills? Your choices, big and small, add up. Climate change transcends the boundaries of environmental concern. It's a social, political, and economic issue. It's connected to equity and justice, shaping the world we inhabit and leave for future generations. Every individual action, regardless of its size, can foster significant change. Reflect on what you've learned today and start making changes in your daily lives. The fight against climate change happens in our homes, in our communities, and in every decision we make. Change begins with every small effort counts. What will your contribution be? Spreading awareness is crucial in this fight. By liking and sharing this video, you educate more people about the gravity of the situation. In closing, we urge you to like, share, and discuss this video. Your voice is integral to this conversation. Let's collaborate, combat climate change. Climate change is not a distant threat, it's an ongoing crisis. The time to act now. Urgency of the situation cannot be overstated. Longer we delay, harder and more expensive it will become to mitigate impacts. Each second wait is a lost in fight for our planet. Choices made today determine world live in tomorrow. From smallest lifestyle changes advocating for policy reform, every action matters. It's not just about securing sustainable future, but preserving as we know it generations to come. Remember, it doesn't happen overnight. It's a process. Starts with you, us now counts. Let's start.